If you are struggling to define your total addressable market, get one step down to find your serviceable addressable market and then your SOM, your serviceable obtainable market, then this video is for you. What did I just say? So it's a simple model in the startup world. It's TAM, SOM, SOM to define the whole market potential. The TAM is the total addressable market. So the whole market you can target as a company, and that is very unlikely that you get 100% market share. So that could be, for example, if you target B2B companies. So then it would be every B2B company. Then you go one step below. That is the market where it's more likely that you get a higher market share, but still not very likely that you get 100% of the market share. So that is the in-between market. So that is, for example, if you focus on B2B SaaS companies. So that's the market to niche down a little bit more. And then you take one step further. Then you find the SOM, the serviceable obtainable market. This market is the market which is very likely, or more likely at least than the other two ones, that you get a good and high market share inside. So very simple. The TAM is a very big market. The SOM is still very big, but I would say 50% or even less from the market before. And the SOM is a realistic market, basically. So this is a step-by-step approach to show you how you can build up the market by yourself and how you validate that numbers. Because I figured in my past that it's very difficult to get a deep insight on a whole market. Like, what should you do? Go to Statista, go to Insight, Market, or any other websites which show you some kinds of market data. Yeah, you can do that, but I'm going to teach you a way how you can define your markets based on science, based on numbers. So let us get right inside. What we're going to do here, we're using a lead scraping tool. And here we can simply look at the different kinds of companies, the different kinds of job titles, the different kind of focus groups, kinds of sizes of companies and all that around. And based on that, we can find the right amount of prospects and then multiply them by the revenue each prospect potentially makes. And this is a scientific approach to find your right market. So let us get right inside. And since I'm a fan of examples, and I truly believe that those examples will help you understand it even better, I prepared something here. So the whole video, we will focus on logistics companies. So companies which are operating a logistics department. Because let's assume we sell a B2B SaaS which improves and makes the efficiency of a logistics department even better, just as an example. And then we dive deeper into the software, which in our case is Apollo, but you can of course use any other software for lead scraping. So what we're going to do now, we want to find out the total addressable market. Okay, we offer a solution to improve efficiency of logistics departments. Which companies would make sense for us? So here we go into the filter where we look for the industry, and then we scroll down here. So which industry operates a logistics department? For example, automotive, then transportation, trucking, railroad might operate it. But yeah, wait, of course they operate it. Short brain lag. Now we continue here. Mining and metals, machinery with a focus on machinery production, fruit production. Then what else do we have here? Computer hardware. So all of those guys have a logistics department, and so on and so on. So I think you get my point. And then in the end, you find here a total amount of leads. And what is important now is that you take the average revenue you can get per customer. So for example, you have a software and the starter plan is for example, $1,000, and the professional plan is $10,000. And on average, the revenue per customer per year is $3,000. So that's the average revenue you want to take. Then you multiply your average revenue by the total number here, so by the 13.2 million leads. And then you have your total addressable market. It's very unlikely that you get 100% market share in that, but it gives you an idea how big the market potential is. Now we get one step deeper into uncovering the market which you can target. Then we get inside the SOM. So TAM, total addressable market, SOM, serviceable addressable market. So the market where it's more specific that you can target it, and it's more likely that you get a bigger market share there. So that is basically the market which you then want to dominate in the next 10 years, I would say. And then we get deeper inside here, the filters. So we already put in data about the keywords. Then we want to target only companies in a certain revenue range. So we want a minimum of 25 million in revenue, because the higher the revenue, the better it is. But also that's a little difficult here, because if you are a startup, if you are a smaller company and you target corporations which have billions in revenue, it might be very hard to get inside the company because they all have processes. So you want to adjust it here a little more, but not in this round when you target the serviceable addressable market. So here, revenue 25 million. We want them in the United States. Here we go. And you see here that number decreases. Now we have only 2 million leads inside that. I think that should be a fair number. And then you take your average revenue per customer. Let's say that $3,000. Then you multiply it again with that number of leads here. And then you have your serviceable addressable market. Now the magic happens. Now we identify our serviceable obtainable market. So the market we can really have a very high market share, basically right from the beginning, if we are experts in that area. Now let's get all we got. Job titles. We want to target founders and CEOs. We want to target logistics managers. We want to target owners. We want to target owner and or director. We want to target owner and or president. As you see here, from those 2-3 millions, it came down to just 17,000 leads. So very small now, but that is exactly how we want it. And we get one step higher because we want to just reach out to C-suite head and director. So just basically to people who can decide, yes, we're going to pay for that solution you're offering, and yes, we're going to roll it out to the entire company. As you see here, 12,400, perfect. Then I told you about the revenue. So in the step before, we just put in a minimum revenue, but we don't want to target too large corporations that we are not able to get inside. So I would say 500 million in revenue is fine. So here you see the number of leads dropped to half of it. So 6,600 leads. I think that is a pretty solid number for your serviceable obtainable market. So now again, you take your average revenue per customer, in our case $3,000, multiply it by the 6,600, and boom, we have our TAM, we have our SOM, and we have our SOM. I hope that helped you and got you a little deeper inside. And whenever you have any questions around it, just drop a comment below, because we're all once started, and I think that way to approach the TAM SOM discussion is way more sufficient, way more professional, and way more scientific than any of the other guessing approaches. Just go through that simple process. You just need to identify your main market, then go a little deeper inside, and last but not least, focus on one real small niche. Your main goal in the beginning is to target that small niche, get the most out of it, then grow to the next step, and then grow even further. And with that approach, I am pretty sure that you can on the one hand side run multiple and phenomenal outbound machines, and on the other hand side already get a deep knowledge for your inbound sales funnel. And if you're then in the end still struggling with getting more high ticket happy paying customers, even though after defining everything step by step, that's alright. We got you covered down here in the description. There's a link. Make sure to click it. Also, full transparency, that link leads you to a funnel page, and no hard feelings if you don't want to click it. Just in case you're wondering how to get more clients, then click it. Make sure to book a meeting with me or my teammates, and we're more than happy to help you with that. And now I wish you a wonderful day and stay awesome. Bye bye.